Hey, here today, we're going to talk about whether or not you can fix the burning on your OLED screen. To be honest, the answer is no, but I'm going to share with you a few ways that it can reduce the fan and prevent button on OLED screens. First, let's talk about what button is. It's basically a permanent image retention caused by leaving a saturated image on the display for extended periods of time. Additionally, you need to know if your phone has an OLED screen. To find out if your phone has an OLED screen, you first need to look at the video in full screen mode to see if your display is turning grayish at this point. If your display is blank, it's most likely an LCD when you glance from left to right. The only display that can turn off individual pixels is likely an OLED display, as they are completely blank. I constantly have this screen since our LCD panels need a backlight, otherwise, you wouldn't have the actual blanks. There are 5 steps that I personally use to prevent burn-in. The first is to change the navigation bar to full screen gestures to prevent the patterns I'm getting into the display permanently. This also gives you a bigger screen real estate. The second is to event pin an application on the screen for at least a moment. If you have an LCD display, you won't be affected by buttons compared to already this place. Maximum brightness used for extended periods of time, such as when using Google Maps outside for 2 or 3 hours, can result in burn-in. Putting your phone in night mode will help you notice your button more easily if you have this issue, but it will also help you reduce and conserve battery life. Another important tip is to make sure your phone turns off after a brief period of time, say 30 seconds, so that you don't mistakenly leave your phone display on for extended periods of time and then your button or whatever image what this is that you wish to do using this app called OLED tools on the Google Store. After downloading the app, I recommend you say afford airplane mode and then you run this thing for about half hours. Just make sure you leave your phone plugged in with a proper charger cable and charger to prevent burning. Having more paper with a dark background or there's a completely blank background or so will not only help you save battery and prevent burning, at the same time, but you have to notice that the text is often white for your app, so you have to be careful of that charger. As my phony keyboard to avoid electrical fires, I use carbon plant overnight, so this will probably be helpful if you see that it leaves something on the screen for far too long. However, if you have been using it for a long time, disabling it won't do much good if a button irritates you a lot. If you find that a button annoys you a lot, you should replace the display instead of trying to fix it because those screens are expensive. I personally just live with my phone like this, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.